Okay, hello everybody. It is Courtney Murphy here, Denver Metro Realtor, here to give you your July 2024 Denver real estate market update. How y'all doing today? Okay, so basically we're going to start out. The market is cooling off. That's just what's going on right now. So we're going to take a dive into the numbers and see what that looks like. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is inventory. So we finished the month out. Before I start, I want to let you know we're looking at June numbers because I won't have July numbers till next month. But June finished out with 10,214 homes on the market. This was up both month over month and year over year, up 11.52% from May, up 68.27% from June of 2023. So we've been needing more houses on the market for a while now. So, I mean, it's good news to have more homes on the market. We're still, kind of in that balanced market range, but our market's kind of goofy right now. So both sellers and buyers are finding their own unique challenges, which I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a bit. But so inventory, more homes out there. If you're a buyer, you're definitely feeling that and, seeing a little bit more choices. Um, sold homes is down. We had 3,678 homes sell in the Denver area last month. That was down 17.07% from the prior month and down 16.73% from June of 2023. Median days on the market is up. So you're probably not surprised there with more homes on the market and less sales going on. No surprise, up 33.33% from the prior month, and up 71.43% from June of last year. Did I say how many days on the market, the median days? I don't think I said how many days, 12 days. So half the homes on the market are selling for under 12 days or less. Half the homes are selling for in over 12 days, which historically, yes, it's still low. I'm sure you remember days of old where a lot of houses took months and months to sell. And so historically still low, but up definitely. I remember a time when median days on the market was like 4 days or something like that. Yeah, no longer the case. So despite all this, despite the fact that we have higher inventory, less homes selling, the days on the market is up. The one thing that really hasn't changed too much yet is home prices. Go figure. The median sales price in the month of Denver in June was $608,000, up both year over year and month over month, up 1.33% from the prior month and up 1.5% from June of 2023. Now, that's not a real high year over year gain. It's still a gain. So the prices haven't gone down since last year. But, it's in a healthy market, we like to see closer to about 3%. And as you know, even though we saw prices go up 1.5%, we've seen higher inflation than that too. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about that. And so why, if inventory is up and sales are down, why are prices kind of sticking at where they're at? And some of that is just that although inventory is up, we still don't have, you know, just a whole plethora of inventory out there enough to bring these sales prices down. With the inventory we do have out there, there still is a good number of buyers out there looking for homes, and we just don't have as many sellers listing their homes as normal with the interest rates the way they are. A lot of sellers are who may have moved this year if interest rates were low are deciding to stay where they're at. I mean, are you going to want to trade your interest rate that's maybe in the threes? Are you going to want to trade it for something in the sixes or maybe even the sevens? So a lot of sellers who may have decided to move are deciding to stay in their homes to keep their lower interest rate. Uh, you know, we also do have an increase of homes falling out of contract. That's another thing that I've read. And this is not overly surprising. So there's two main reasons that homes fall out of contract. It's either related to financial reasons like the loan not going through or inspection. And so we are definitely seeing more homes that are falling out of contract because of inspection. And some of that is because of a disconnect between buyers and sellers. Buyers are realizing that they're paying top dollar for homes at a high interest rate. And so their expectations are a little bit higher when they're purchasing a home of, what they're expecting the sellers to deliver to them. A lot home sellers disconnect as well in the sense that they're used to, or the recent past, where buyers weren't in a position to ask for too much to be done on a home. And if a buyer was asking for too much, a seller would just say, well, to heck with you. I'm not fixing this stuff. Go back on the market. I'll have another buyer tomorrow, which isn't so much the case. So good for sellers to kind of have a realistic uh, uh, knowledge about where the market is right now. And most times it's a lot easier to work out differences with the buyer that you're currently under contract with than to start completely over, especially with us reaching the end of the summer. I know it's only July, but my gosh, the summer is going quick. But I mean, in a few weeks, school is already starting again. Unbelievable, right? And so, the time to get your home sold it's the time is now. So if you're under contract and you're working through inspection issues, keep that in mind. I have to say that over the years, it's blown my mind sometimes that the dollar amounts or the smaller things that people end up fighting about and holding up a transaction, or even letting a transaction fall through, when we're looking at, sometimes I've seen like $800,000 homes, and buyers and sellers are at a crossroads arguing over something that's like $500. So my advice is, don't let that be you. Work something out, be reasonable, try to put yourself in the other person's position. And those are small issues that on these large purchases you know, should be able to work through those things. All right. So the market's cooled off. As I said, a big reason is the interest rates, which, I mean, that's very obvious, but, there's some other reasons too. And this is what I am thinking. So we're in a presidential election year. And historically, during a presidential election year, the market does cool off anyway. But this presidential election year is a little bit different than other presidential election years, in my opinion. First of all, the nation's very divided. Everybody has different opinions about what's going on and how things should be handled. Then we have an assassination attempt, and a week later, we have another candidate drop out of the race. And that's just a lot of disruption. At this point, we're not even 100% sure who the Democratic candidate is going to be. It looks like it will be Harris, but we don't know that for sure yet. So there's just so many things up in the air. The jobless rates have come back not so great. Interest rates are high. We don't know the future of our country. And so that's the thing is when things are uncertain, people don't like to make big financial decisions or purchases. And so I absolutely think a lot of people are just kind of holding off and let's see what happens. And so, this can be a good thing or a bad thing. That can play in your favor if you want to wait things out. However, if there's a lot of people waiting to see what happens at that point is when things settle, then the market opens up. There can be a lot more competition if you're a home buyer. So it's always that crystal ball thing of not being able to see the future and knowing if right now is the right time to buy a house or get your house on the market or waiting it out is going to serve you better. But if you are thinking about buying or selling a home in the Denver area, definitely give me a call. Let's have a chat. Let's talk about your concerns and also see if we're a good fit to work together. And of course, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of my updates or home tours around the Denver area. Okay, so that's all I got for July. And hi, Sam. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're doing good. And yeah, we'll see you next month. All right. Bye, guys.